This was relationship advice Reddit. My wife, female 32, or she's a female, can't share physical things with me. Not the space in our flat, not her time, not even the food in the fridge. I seem like a permanent annoyance to her life, and everything I do, I can only do with her permission. She needs to control me and thinks less of me if I disagree with her. Hi, everybody. To make it short, he's a male 30. His wife of female 32 doesn't like to share, and I'm not talking about feelings. I'm talking about our time, our possessions, and overall her life. Guys, let us know in the comments if something like this has happened to you, if you've had a woman like this. I thought this was an interesting story. Everything she does, she likes to do alone. It took me 2 years to get her to hug me when we were passing by in the flat and she was busy. Because before that, she didn't have the time to hug me or give me a kiss. Now, this guy seems like he's, he probably is a little beta-mani and all that stuff, but still, I understand 2 years, because to me, I already just know that she just probably is totally just using this guy as her beta-mon provider. So she has no attraction to him, but this guy has no clue about that. So he's like, why would she not hug me and not kiss me? Sad, man. It's so sad when guys get into a long relationship without being aware, guys, without being aware of this stuff. I am talking about a 2-second hug here while she is going from the kitchen to the basement, not holding her hostage while she is preparing Thanksgiving dinner. We've been together for 8 years, living together for 7, married for 3. A couple of mistakes already in here. No kids, okay. 4 months ago, I moved out because I finally had enough of feeling like an annoyance to her life. Good for you, man. Good for you. I did this to show her that she can't do everything as she pleases. I specifically stated that I don't want to leave her, but to wake her up to my feelings. Voicing them for years didn't work. This is what we talk about. I will preach this forever and forever. Telling women your feelings is a horrible idea. Again, it's all chalked up to us in the Disney story, fairy tale, the romantic comedy movie or the romantic movies, that the guy finally learns some sense and he expresses his feelings and tells her how much he loved her, how he was in love with her from the first sight, first time he ever looked at her. All they get you to do is they literally get you to reveal your cards. They know exactly where you stand, and then they can manipulate you. They know exactly how little effort they have to do to string you along. And I'm not even kidding you when I say this. The reason why I always make women work for everything and I never give them anything free is because if you reveal your feelings to her, all that does is literally tells her, okay, cool, he's all in love with me. I don't have to do anything. And then they hold that against you. They hold that against you because the more that they hold that against you, the more they get you to run in a circle for every little thing. So then it's like, oh, you want a hug from her? She's going to make you do all this stuff to earn a hug. They literally will hold it against you as much as possible because it raises their own currency of their sex. It raises their currency of their emotions they give you. It raises their currency because, right, think about it, supply and demand. And the women know this. I don't know if they all consciously know this, but they all do this. Supply and demand. And the more that, the less that they have to give, the better in their mind, because then they know that every little thing they do, they can get you to move around like a puppet for them. So in this case, she knows that you want a hug. She's going to hold out as long as possible because then every little hug she gives you is worth something. And now she can get you to play along and do her little games just for a little hug. Imagine what you'll do for sex if you're doing, a monkey dance just to get a hug from her. Since then, she admitted that things went wrong, as did I. We have talked a lot and are both trying to understand each other's perspective. So after analyzing a lot of mistakes on both parts, I personally am stuck on one problem. My wife can't share. She actually says she can, but she always makes new excuses so she doesn't have to share. Examples by categories. This is interesting. I've heard a lot, but this is pretty interesting. Food. She needs her own butter in the fridge because she wants a different brand. When I say I don't care about the brand, we could just share, she says no, because then she never knows how much butter she has left. Same with eggs. She's literally using this guy as a beta provider, and she doesn't even want to share her food or eggs with him. She just wants him to buy it for her. She doesn't want to share anything. She doesn't want to be around this guy in any way. This is so sad. So sad. She needs her own knife to cut her vegetables because my knives are too big, too sharp, not familiar. I even had one knife that is 90% identical to hers, but no, this one is mine. That one is hers. Not a big deal, except she really cannot use any other knife than her own and gets super annoyed if she has to. The thing I'm curious about is, was this guy just so in love and did he not figure this out in the years that they were living together, which again is a bad idea, before they got married? Because they were living together for a couple of years, right? Let's see. Together for 8 years, living together for 7, married for 3. So they were living together for 4 years before he asked her to marry her. Or did she turn this on, the bait and switch, after marriage? That I don't know. She needs her own glasses for drinks. She can't share a bottle of water. I can understand certain things like this, like little things, but not like the butter and all that stuff. I always get my own. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to share my bottle of water with other people. I will, but I don't want to. That's not necessarily, I guess it's his wife and husband. I don't know. Still, I don't fault her for that one, but the butter one is weird. Because she needs to be in the knives. Because she needs to be in control of the amount of water she drinks a day. Hobbies. When we got together, she rode a motorcycle and I started to get the license so we could do it together. Okay, see, again, he's already being the beta mom, like trying to, but it's like I don't want to fault him because it is hard to see the truth for what it is, but I understand why this is going on. But it sucks because, again, our mainstream feeds us that we're not prepared for this. Most men just not prepared for this. I always wanted to do it, but just never got to it. So I definitely didn't do it just for her. But as soon as I got my motorcycle license, she sold her motorcycle. She just wants to get away from this guy. But she wants to keep him as a provider. She never watches a movie that I would like to see. It is either a movie that we both want to see or a movie that she wants to see, that I agree to see. If we want to watch a movie together, she always presents one option that she wants to see. I always have to give her 5 options to choose from. If we don't like either options, I can either agree to her movie anyway or give her more options. So it's always 1-2 options max from her and about 5 to 10 from me. By the way, guys, I don't know about you, but me personally, if I want to watch a movie, guess what? I watch whatever movie I want. Same with you guys, right? You just watch whatever the heck you want. That's crazy because I know a lot of this. It's a lot. That's actually kind of rare, is what I'll say. Because a lot of guys, it's funny. A lot of guys would be like, I talk up Sonic the Hedgehog. I love that movie. I thought that was a good movie. They didn't go politics on it. I thought it was a nice family felt movie. And so I keep talking to my buddies, hey, did you see Sonic the Hedgehog? And they're like, well, when we went out to the movie, so-and-so wanted to see blah, blah, blah. Their girlfriend, right? So it's like they won't go see a movie for themselves. They'll ask, does she want to see it? Oh, she doesn't want to see Sonic. No, we won't see it. Now, again, it's not like the best movie in the world, but I enjoyed it. But it's just that little thing where it's like you can't even decide your own things anymore. You have to filter it through her. If I say to her that I want to do more hobbies together, she just shrugs. Sometimes she says she wants to do this or that, but it's always something we do next to each other, not with each other. For example, movies, sewing, reading, drinking coffee, listening to music. I'm okay with that part. I'm kind of that way too. I like to kind of be independent in that sense. But with all of these things, it's like that's just a pattern of craziness. I wanted to do fitness with her. She doesn't like me to watch her. She prefers jogging. I wanted to go jogging with her. She tells me I'm too fast. I said I can run at her speed. I don't mind. She doesn't like it. She stopped going jogging after I started. Should be noted that she has 3 friends in school and didn't even make one in 8 years that we are together because she rarely goes out. I mean, that's actually probably a good sign in this sense. She's not going out to girls' nights out and all that, but she stopped drinking 3 years ago because she didn't like it anymore. As soon as I moved out, she went with her girls 4 times in 1 week, and apparently she now likes bars. Okay, there it is. There it is. Now she likes bars. Now she's ready to taste it all again. She wants to be back on that CC, guys. Back on that CC. Living space. This is the one that bothers me the most. As long as we lived in a rented apartment, everything seemed fine. Her room was the living room. She likes to watch hours and hours of television. I don't. But 2 years ago, we bought a place, and since she paid about 70% of the place and I just 30%, it always seems to me that I have to have her approval of anything. Okay, so that is a good thing and a bad thing in itself. That's good that she actually put money down and all that, paying for most of it. But whenever a woman contributes more, she makes more money than you, or she's like, you know, she wants you to move into her house, she will always resent you, or she'll hold little things over your head because she'll be like, oh, he's living off of me. She'll look at you as a mooch. It's a weird double standard that us men get placed on. I mean, it's good that she put 70% down because hopefully a divorce is happening ASAP. But that's just one of those things too. Just like a lose-lose in that sense, right? It's like, oh, it's good if she puts money down, but then she holds it over your head. If we choose a painting or furniture, she gets to decide what we get. Of course I can say no, but most of the time I agree for a compromise. She never backs down. Yeah, those are just tests you get put up, you get all day long, every day long, testing you. It keeps going, guys. The garden was something she didn't care about at all. So I got to do my thing, which was amazing, until suddenly after 2 years I hear, well, you always get what you want in the garden and I never do. So he finally got something for himself, and then now she wants to take it from him. By the way, guys, I'm not a gardener yet. I'm not good at that yet. But I already know, I just know, there will be a time in my life where I go down a rabbit hole and I become one of the best gardeners in my area. I just love nature. I love plants. I love flowers. I just know that will be a thing. I use essential oils. I was really into that, like studying all that. I know, guys, that will be one. Maybe you guys will see that craze from me someday. It hasn't hit yet, but someday I will be a master gardener. Oh, I will. Maybe I'll grow my own weed. That'd be kind of cool. What do you mean? You said you didn't care. Well, I do care. I would do it differently. Okay, maybe tell me that before I buy every plant and work in the garden for months. But okay, what would you like to change? I don't know, but I don't like it at all. WTF. This is a nightmare. And he is being so accommodating, which I understand from a woman's point of view that being accommodating and all that stuff will actually make her resent you and lose attraction. But to this guy, he is being this is why I always say when guys know better, they do better. Guys are smart. He's doing so many nice things. He just doesn't know better. That's really what it is. But man, that's the life of so many guys. It's so sad. Like, look how accommodating he's being. And the last thing was my room she gave to me. She told me the back of the basement is your place. Notice I would never get a full room, but okay. You can do anything you want there. So now he can't even have his garden by himself, but now he gets the back of the basement is your place. Man, my entire place is my place. In fact, sometimes, because you guys know that I still have women that come over to my place and all that. Well, sometimes I'll have women that will come over and they'll like laugh and they'll be like, whoa, why do you have, like, I have like a weight set, a dumbbell set out in my living room. Because when I'm watching TV or something, I want to be productive sometimes and do some, work out a little bit. And like, I've had a couple of women that like look at that and they like laugh like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you have a dumbbell set out in your living room. And again, I take no shame. I take no offense to that. I just don't care. I understand all this stuff with games, but it makes me want to leave it out even more because, again, it's my place. This entire place is my bachelor pad. I can do what I want, and I don't listen. And when people tell me to do something, I typically want to do the opposite because I just hate being told what to do. But that's just another advantage, man. Having your own place, having your own space, your own place of freedom. Or instead of just the back of the garage after he got kicked out of the garden. So I decorated my room, made a man cave out of it. I painted the window black and changed the carpet floor. Guess what? Now it's too much. I should make it less dark. Paint the window back to white because apparently the property is now worth less because I renovated it badly. I told her that we were planning to stay living there, and if we sell it, I would let someone paint it back to white. We could even change the floor, even though I think everything is better than an old carpet. Now I remember why I saved this and why I have 4 screenshots of this. This just gets worse and worse. It's a nightmare. But no, she didn't like it. I would have to change it. I told her I didn't understand because it was 30% my apartment, and also we agreed that I could get the back of the basement room. She also had a room upstairs to do everything she wants to do, but I can't in my room? Yeah, yours is much bigger. Okay, maybe, but that's what we agreed to. So if you want, we can change rooms and I get the smaller one. No, that's not what it's about. Sorry, what's it about then? Sigh, well, you get the idea. You guys, if we didn't have red pill knowledge, if we didn't know what we knew, wouldn't this just be like, what is wrong? Everything he's doing, he's being accommodating. Like, this is such a nightmare. And this is why it's crazy. Man, it's crazy when stuff like this, like talk like this or red pill talk, is so frowned upon, because this is the stuff that is like everyday life if guys don't, know about this beforehand. Like, this is, no one would sign up for this. Not a single person, not a single man would. Finances. On top of all, she regularly makes comments about my spending habits and my finances, even though she always claims, I don't care about your finances as long as you pay the mortgage. Okay, I do that. We make the same amount of money. That's probably another reason why she resents this guy. I always have at least $10,000 in my deposit. I never miss any payments, and I never was in debt in my life. I never spent more than I make. Good for you, man. I told her that I need her to respect my space, my room, my finances, and my choices, and that I will do the same. And at the same time, I want to feel that she likes to spend time with me, because otherwise I don't understand why she wants to be with me. You guys might know. Why does she want to be with him? She doesn't seem to want to be around him at all. By the way, man, what a nightmare this sounds like for this guy. What a nightmare. If you guys have friends like this, even if they bail on you, try to keep them in your heart, because when something like this happens and a divorce happens, and that has the guy has good intentions, he just has not been red pilled yet. He's gonna need someone, because, or else what explains it? He's doing everything for her. He would have no. This is why men can go crazy after this. He's doing literally everything that we're told by the rule book that we're supposed to do as men, yet none of it she likes. None of it she respects about him. So sad, man. So my question is, am I crazy, or is this behavior a little bit too controlling? Well, maybe not controlling, but at least she seems not willing to share her life with me. Is this just me being too clingy? And I want to say this, man. This guy, I can tell, has a good heart. I can absolutely tell he has a good heart. And look at this. He's getting to that point where he's the projection that we talked about in women's mind games, manipulation games. He's getting to that point where he's starting to almost question his own sanity and wondering if he's the one that's doing stuff wrong. Look at that. Is it just me, or is this just me being too clingy? And again, I get it that we could step back and I could dissect this from a different lens and be like, dude, you're being way too clingy. But I also understand when women ration sex, they ration hugs like she's doing. What it does is, if a guy doesn't know that that's going on, all it does is it forces him to be more and more needy and clingy, because she makes him work harder and harder for every little piece of emotional affection or attention. So she's literally going to create him to be more and more needy. So I'm not going to put that on him in this case, because I understand the situation that he got himself in with his mindset. I understand that this is just a normal situation, but that's what will happen. That's what will happen if we go by the mainstream narrative about how we're supposed to treat women. Is there anything I can do to make her open up? No, she's totally done. She's gone. She checked out a long time ago. I am already begging her to go to therapy. Yep, and it won't matter. All she'll do is she'll pin, she'll play the game, she'll make herself the victim, and she'll make you the bad guy. And she'll get whoever her therapist is to side with her. And if there's a therapist that sides with you, she will find a new therapist. She absolutely will. It's the same reason why women can watch Redpill MGTOW channels and not learn a thing. If they don't want to learn it, right? If you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. If they're not open to learning, they won't learn it. And that's going to be the same with this, with therapy. Because I have no idea how to do anything to please her. And believe me, I tried doing my own thing. It just leads to us not doing anything together ever. TLDR, my wife is always in single player mode. Oh, man. That's why also when guys, and I hear this, and again, I can't speak from my own experience from any type of marriage, but I've heard this enough times, and I can understand the game enough that a lot of guys will go, when people say, hey, if you go your own way, you're going to get shamed for, you'll be lonely and all that stuff, which a lot of people can fall for, right? Well, I hear a lot of other guys go, hey, when I was married, I was the loneliest I had ever felt. Because of stuff like this isolation, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, man. I feel bad for this guy, I do. I hope he finds a channel. I hope he meets some brothers that can support him, help him out. And that's the other thing, guys. I'm proud of the men in, I would say, the red pill of the manosphere. I'm proud of most men that are just very accepting, understanding. We just understand. We understand what the blue pill mindset is. But instead of like guys coming in and people being like, nope, you had your chance. We shun you. Get out of here. It's like, we get it, man. Hey, we welcome you. Come on in. Come on in. We get it, man. Hey, we're here to help you. We're here to support you. We understand. You've been lied to. We get it. And we're here to help. That to me is exciting. That's really cool. I really like that. And, hopefully we can save more and more men. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share the video, but definitely subscribe.